Hi, Charleen Hess here with Living Whole Life Coaching. Today I'm going to be talking to you about overwhelm. This is a feeling that comes up when we have more on our plate to do than what we have time and energy for. And this happens in our life all throughout our life, all the time. And so if you can have a plan of action of what to do when this feeling of overwhelm comes up, you're going to have much better success navigating through this process. So the first step that I want to talk to you about is prevention and planning ahead. So one way to prevent overwhelm from happening is to have an awareness of what it is that overwhelms you. Know in advance that moment of when you start to get that feeling heightening up into your belly or into your chest. Know what those things are and plan ahead for that. For instance, maybe it's at the end of your day when you hit overwhelm. You've had a long day at work, you've come home, and now you have to prepare a meal. The kids are hungry, your husband or wife are expecting dinner or a certain interaction with you, and you just don't have it. Well, if you plan ahead by making all of your meals in advance or having a menu set so that you don't have to figure out what it is that you're going to cook for dinner when you get home at the end of the day, then you're going to give yourself more time and space to handle unexpected things that are thrown at you. So planning ahead could look like a couple of things. Maybe it's just making a menu and having all of the ingredients in the refrigerator for what you're going to have for your meal that night. It's planned ahead, you know what you're making when you get home. Or maybe you have a day during the week when you can make all of your meals in advance and all you have to do is warm it up, or have somebody in your life that can do that for you so that you can be present. Also, planning ahead is writing out your affirmations, having something that's positive, that speaks to you in a way that touches your heart, that encourages you and uplifts you, in a place where you can read it. So when you have that moment of starting to feel heightened, you're starting to feel overwhelmed, the mind's going to automatically go into old patterns, old words, old phrases, and you're reprogramming your brain. So if you have something that's written out that you can look at and you can read that reminds you of something positive, that reminds you of where you're going, of what you want, of who you really are, then that's going to give you that place of feeling, okay, I've got this, or I'm making this good decision and it's going to be okay. So that could be one way of what planning ahead, or a couple ways of what planning ahead looks like, preparing for success. Number two is when you're in that moment of feeling overwhelmed, take a time out. Step away from the situation, remove yourself to a completely different environment, and just breathe. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, several times so that you can calm your nervous system down to bring you back into the present moment. When we start to feel overwhelmed and we start to get that shortened breath and we start to hyperventilate, everything starts to become high because our heart rate is elevating. So just like we do in exercise class where we use our breath to bring our heart rate down, you can do that when you're in that moment of feeling overwhelmed. Even if you're in a situation where you feel like you can't take a time out, maybe you're talking to your child and they're out of control and you're feeling completely overwhelmed, but you've got to teach them this lesson, it's perfectly okay to say, I need a time out. I'm going to step away. I'll be right back. You can do that in any situation, whether it's with a partner or a coworker or a friend. Take a time out and know that when you come back, you're going to be coming back at a much different place, able to handle the situation. And the third piece is to, when you've hit overwhelm, to just give yourself grace. We all get there. We all have moments and experiences where we do feel completely overwhelmed and out of control, and it's okay. It's okay to feel that way. It's okay to be overwhelmed. When you start to tell yourself it's not okay, then you're adding more to the feeling of overwhelmed and you're making it worse. So the moment that you're like, I can't do this, I can't be here, I shouldn't feel overwhelmed, I should be in control, I should be making better decisions, I should be fill in the blank. You start shooting on yourself and you start shaming yourself and you start telling yourself you shouldn't be where you're at. And yes, you should. You should be exactly where you're at because, well, that's where you are. And it's okay to be in that place. Even say out loud, I'm feeling so overwhelmed. You're expressing it, you're releasing it, you're getting it out of your body. And as you express it and release it, then you're making room for other feelings to come in, feelings of calm. Don't resist it, don't ignore it, don't pretend it's there, or don't pretend that it's not there. Express it, be in that moment. And you'll be surprised at how quickly it leaves when you just acknowledge it and be okay with just being overwhelmed. Just know that this is not forever. What you're feeling is what you're feeling right now, and that it will go away. And embrace it and be in it and know that it's part of the beautiful mess of who we are as humans, and that tomorrow's going to be a brand new day. In fact, in 5 minutes, it's going to be different than it is right now. So there's just 3 things that can help you with when you're feeling overwhelmed. Number 1 is to have a plan of action, prepare ahead so that you can try to prevent getting to that place of overwhelm. Number 2, take a time out and breathe. And number 3, be okay with feeling overwhelmed. Express it, release it, and let it go. So I hope that helps, and if you have any questions or you want to talk further, I am completely available for more coaching. You can reach me by sending me a private message or comment somewhere in this link below, and I can reach out to you, and hopefully this will help you when you're in those moments of feeling out of control, and know that every day is a brand new day, and we always get to start over moment by moment by moment. So I hope this helps, and have an awesome day.